Hello everyone and welcome back. Tonight we are going to go on to scenario 3 of our The Rise of Red Skull campaign. So we're still using Ant-Man. I've adjusted my deck a little bit again, still using leadership as my main aspect though. So tonight is scenario 3, which starts with Taskmaster. After a player changes form, they discard the top card of the encounter deck and take damage equal to the number of boost icons on that card. We are going to be changing form quite a lot because of Ant-Man's ability to switch between giant and tiny forms, so that's going to happen quite a bit. And then we have Hunting Down the Heroes as our main scheme. Set each captive ally side out of play, search the encounter deck for Hydra Patrol, and put it into play. Shuffle the encounter deck. So let's go ahead and get that ready. Let's get our Hydra Patrol out. So it's just going to start from the bottom, make our lives a little bit easier. Hydra Patrol, where are you? Come on. It's here, I swear. It's really like all the way at the top. There it is. It's like the third card. Okay. So there's already a side scheme in, and that side scheme already has the ability. It's a critical one, I believe is what the word is. So we cannot take on Hunting Down the Heroes yet. Now you heard me mention already Captive Heroes. Captive Heroes is a fun mechanic about this one where we're actually going to take our time on this to save as many of those Captive Heroes as possible. There are these heroes, they're zero cost heroes with a lot of great powers attached to them. So shuffle them up, set them aside, and hopefully they come out with the associated side scheme. So it starts with one threat on it, and after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, each player in hero form must choose either place 1 threat here or take 1 damage. Probably going to take damage, but we'll see how that goes. Hydra Patrol. When defeated, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and put it in play. Engage with them. Shuffle the encounter deck, and that starts with 2 threat on it. So right away, can't touch the main scheme. There's 2 threat on the side scheme. So that's where we are now. Let's go ahead and get our first hand ready. Like I said, we do have a couple of upgrades available to us. We have Tactical Scanner, and we have Basic Attack Upgrade, which gives us +1 hit point and +1 attack. So we're going to start at 13 health instead of our normal 12. Let's get our 6 cards here and see if there's anything we want to mulligan. I like Squirrel Girl. Deal 1 damage to each enemy isn't great though in a situation where there is no other enemies, so we're probably going to get rid of her. Hope she comes back later. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of Squirrel Girl and draw another card. Wasn't great what we did there. All right, we're gonna spend our 2 strength to get Maria Hill out. After Maria Hill enters play, each player draws a card. All right, then we're going to play Strength in Numbers, Exhaust. Any number of allies you control. Draw 1 card for each ally exhausted this way. We're going to spend Swarm Tactics here to get Army of Ants out. It's a good one to have. I can't afford these other ones. I don't think I'm going to change just yet. I think I'm going to just hang back, get 6 cards this turn, and see how we do. So there's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Those are some really cheap cards. Hopefully we get something a little more interesting happening pretty soon. Alright, so 1 threat goes on the main scheme. Then I should have had Maria Hill take out Hydra Patrol. That's what I should have done. That would have been a smarter move. But I didn't do that, did I? I didn't do that. That's okay. So, after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, each player in hero form, I'm not in hero form, so that doesn't matter. After a player changes form, we haven't changed form, so that doesn't matter. She's going to scheme for 1 plus this boost. Oh, wow, that's a scheme of 4. That's a heavy hit pretty early on. Not really a big surprise there, though, huh? Alright, and then we have to do one event card. And it's Hydra Regular. Incite 1, which adds 1 threat to the main scheme already. So our 12 threat is now 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 already, with that one in the way. When this card is revealed, place 1 threat in the main scheme. Okay, it is now my turn. We're going to use Maria Hill. She's going to take 1 damage, and she's going to take out Hydra Patrol. When we do that, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and puts it in play. Engage with them. Shuffle the encounter deck. I don't really want it to be a Hydra Soldier. Could be Hydra Hunter. What's he got? 3 health? That's a little better. Not great options here. Hydra Regular is pretty easy. We're going to do Hydra Regular, which is going to add another threat to the main scheme, unfortunately. But it's at least a cheap character to beat. So what I want to do is try and get Squirrel Girl out now, which should be doable. Because I believe I have the appropriate leadership card to do that, and that's Make the Call. Pay the printed cost of an ally in any player's discard pile. Put that ally under your control. We're going to spend this, the Power of Leadership, to get Squirrel Girl out. After Squirrel Girl enters play, deal 1 damage to each enemy. That's fantastic news, because that is going to take 1, 2, and, well, 3rd damage will go to Taskmaster. Thank you, Squirrel Girl. What else do we want to do? We will go ahead and do Strength in Numbers to exhaust Squirrel Girl and draw a card. We're going to switch to Giant Form. And by switching to Giant Form, after you change this form, deal 1 damage to an enemy. We're going to do it to Taskmaster, bringing him down to 11. Now, since we changed forms, changes to Hero Form, they discard the top card of their encounter deck and take damage equal to the number of boost icons. That's 2 damage we will take. Bring me down to 11. Okay. Now, we're going to go all out here with Giant Stomp. Play only in Giant Form. Hero action, attack. Deal 1 damage to each minion, deal 8 damage to an enemy. That's going to take out both of these guys. That's 1 damage each to them. And then 8 damage to Taskmaster. Brings him down to just 3 health already. That's fantastic news, but we still have this situation where the threat's building. And yeah, that's a bit dangerous. So we're going to actually thwart with Ant-Man to bring this down 1. It's not the best we could do. Well, it probably is the best we could do, but it is all we can do right now. So we get to draw 4 cards, which isn't much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready everyone up. Let's get ready for this next turn. So, definitely have to get Ant-Man's helmet out here if we can. 1 threat's going on the main scheme. Then Taskmaster's going to attack. And I think we're gonna... No, we should keep Maria Hill out there. Or maybe we'll use Squirrel Girl to defend. Yeah, we're gonna defend with Squirrel Girl. So that attack is after player... Okay. That attack is 2, 3. That's goodbye Squirrel Girl. And hopefully we can get her back out again. Then we'll do our event card. Assault. The villain attacks you. Okay. I think we will just go ahead and defend against that. So that's 2 plus this boost, 3 force. That's only 1 damage to Ant-Man himself. We can live with that. It's our turn again. We're going to spend Genius and Mockingbird to get Ant-Man's helmet out here. After you change to Giant Form, heal 2 damage from your hero. After you change to Tiny Form, draw a card. Then we are unfortunately going to change to Tiny Form. I say unfortunately because there's some side effects to that. So when we change to Tiny Form, we get to draw a card. That's good news. But now we have to also reveal the top, what is it? Discard the top card of the encounter deck and take damage equal to the number of boost icons. That's 2 more damage to our Ant-Man, bringing him down to 8 health. Alright, now that we're in tiny form, we can use Army of Ants to bring him down 1 more health. We're going to use Maria Hill here to take 2 threat off of this scheme. And I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, we'll get Army of Ants out here. And we will use it to bring him down to 1 health. Ooh, not 202. 1 health. Okay, that's okay. That's a. Oh wait, we can still thwart of Ant-Man, bringing 2 more threat off the main scheme, which is much better. I feel much better about that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. That's good news. Ready everything up. 1 threat goes on the main scheme. Each player in hero form must choose to either place 1 threat here or take a damage. We're going to take the threat because we are already hurting quite a bit from some other actions. Alright, then it's Taskmaster's turn, and he's going to attack. I think we will... anything I can do for my hand? Nothing I can do for my hand. I'm just reading my cards. Perfect. That's what I want to see. Okay. I think we're just going to take the hit. So it's 2 attack, 3 damage. We can take that. Going down to 5 health. And we have our new card, and it's Captured by Hydra. Place 1 random set-aside captured ally face down beneath this scheme. When the scheme is defeated, the player who defeated it takes the ally into their hand and removes the scheme from the game. Alright, so this is what I was looking for. So remember earlier I said we were going to play a little bit longer game here to purposely allow these schemes to come out so that we can rescue these allies. So, let's see how well that plan works out. Alright, so we're going to spend 1, 2, 3 to get Wasp out here. Now, if we're in hero or remove 2 threat from a scheme, if you are in tiny form, we're going to remove it from this captured ally thing here. Very well. We will thwart with Wasp. There's that. Giving 1 here. Then we're going to switch to giant form, which gets to heal 2 damage for us. But when we switch to hero form, discard the top card of the encounter deck and take that much damage. Okay. We took no damage. Thank you. Thank you. When we switch to giant form, we deal 1 damage to an enemy. Oh, that's going to take out Taskmaster, isn't it? It is going to take down Taskmaster. So he's actually defeated, at least stage 1. Didn't actually want to defeat him just yet. I kind of went a little too far there, didn't I? When revealed, deal each player an encounter card. So that's going to be an extra encounter card. After a player changes to hero form, they discard the top card of the encounter deck and take damage equal to its blah 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 blah. We know, it's the same thing it's been. We're going to actually thwart with Ant-Man to get this character out. This gets removed from the game, it doesn't go back in the card, and we have White Tiger here. Now, we've now rescued White Tiger. We can keep her in our deck for the remainder of the campaign. Taskmaster now has 16 health. Let's see what White Tiger does. Response. After you play White Tiger from your hand, spend a science resource, remove 3 threat from a scheme. Okay, we will save that. Unfortunately, I don't have any science resources in my hand to use that right now. Alright, we're going to go ahead and ready everyone up. Draw up to our hand size of 4. Man, still don't have that resource I wanted. Let's go ahead. We have to put 1 threat on the main scheme. Oh, 2 threat on the main scheme. Yikes. And then we have to do an extra threat or take 1 damage. We'll take the damage, I think. Then he's going to attack. We're going to defend against this attack. So he has 3 defense, 2, 3, 4 damage. That means 1 damage for me. And then you have to do 2 event cards. This one is another captured Hydra. Captured by Hydra. Boom. So that's another 5 threat to defeat there. But that could be another ally really quickly if we play it right. Then we have this event card, and it is... Oh, it's the attachment. Spend that resource. It gets +1 attack and +1 scream. It's the scheme. It's the exosuit. Okay. How do we want to do this? I'm thinking to do strength and numbers to exhaust Wasp, because I don't have the resource I need to use White Tiger effectively. And that's my danger right now. It's the danger I'm in, at least. I could use this, but I'm going to really need it on the Zola mission, so I don't think that's a good idea. We're definitely going to thwart with Wasp. Getting rid of 2 threat here. Right? It's kind of dangerous to go ahead and say, remove from captured by Hydra now. Because that's a 3, 4, 5, 6, that'd be 8. That's dangerous. Yeah, can't do that. That's going to be another damage to Wasp. When I go to Tiny Form, I do get to draw a card. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll go to Tiny Form and draw a card. Still exhausted. Now, since I switched form, I have to take damage, and that's going to be 1 damage. Bring me down to 4. Anything I can do here? Yes, I can. Okay, perfect. White Tiger comes out. After you play White Tiger, remove from your hand, spend 1 science resource, remove 3 threat from a scheme. That's going to be from captured by Hydra here. And then we're going to take a damage, but remove 3 threat from the main scheme. There we go. Thank you, White Tiger. That actually worked out pretty well. Anything else I want to do this turn? I have a few things I want to save for next turn. I don't think I want to use Army of... we're going to use Army of the Ants. What am I talking about? It's 2 damage to Taskmaster. Of course we are. I want to save more heroes, obviously, but we've got plenty of health to play around with there. And we should be okay. Let's go ahead and ready everyone up. Everything up. And draw up to our hand size of 5. Okay. We're going to do 2 threat on the main scheme. Like I said, I'm just trying to save as many of these characters as possible. And we're going to do an additional threat instead of the damage this time because we are already hurt pretty bad. Then he's going to attack, and I think we're going to defend because he's got 3 attack to begin with. And I need Wasp next turn, I think. Yeah, we're going to use Ant-Man to defend, so that's 2. Oh, I should have removed 1 threat from a scheme when I switched to this form. We're going to say we did it from the main scheme. So that's going to be 2, 3 plus this boost of 4 damage, but I had 2 defense, bring me down just 2 health. Then we have an event card, and it reads Concussion Grenade. You are stunned. Deal 1 damage to your hero. 2 damage instead if you are already stunned. Alright. 1 damage. That's enough to bring me down to 1 health. That's enough for me to not mess around too much right now. Alright, we're going to start our turn with energy here, which will trigger Hive Mind. Play only if you're in tiny form. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. And 1 additional threat for each army of ant card I control. That's 2 more. That's going to help quite a bit there. Thank you, Hive Mind. Then... yes, we're going to use Strength in Numbers to exhaust these 2 and draw 2 cards. So I can heal 2 damage if I switch to giant form, which helps. But I think I have to switch to my normal form. I really do. It's what do I want to do? Well, we can at least use Army of Ants twice to bring Taskmaster down to 12. Wanted to do more this turn. I really did. I think we have to switch. Yeah, we don't get any damage there. So we're going to switch to Scott Lang. After you switch here, heal 1 damage from Scott. Alright. We got that down low enough that that's not really a problem. And then we're going to ready everything up and draw up to our hand size. Which is going to be pretty nice. So that's a 6 hand size. We've got 4 cards already, but I do kind of want to play at least one of them. Alright. That's a good card to have. Alright, so 2 threat is going to go on the main scheme. Then we'll do an additional threat instead of the damage. Or wait. We're not in hero form, so that doesn't matter. Nix that. Then Taskmaster attacks. So that's an attack of... no, he's schemes actually. So that's a scheme of 2, 3, and this boost card. 4 threat going on that main scheme. Let's see, let's get a 3 and a 1 in there. So that's 3, 7 right there. And then we have our event card, and it is attached to Taskmaster. Master gains Retaliate 1, exhaust your hero, and discard a Science and Might resource to discard this card. So he's got a Retaliate 1. Not great for us. Want to get rid of that Captured by Hydra card. Want to get Nick Fury out there this turn. So we're going to use Wasp to take out Captured by Hydra. That's over. Gets rid of this booster. This is removed from the game, and we get this ally. It's Moon Knight. After you play Moon Knight, spend a wild resource, draw 2 cards. Ooh, that's tempting. Have the wild resource. To spend this resource, heal 2 damage from your hero if you're in giant form, or draw if you're in tiny form. We're gonna heal for 3, getting ourselves up to 5. Then we're gonna switch to giant form. After you change to giant form, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So that's gonna be 1 damage to Taskmaster. Then, because of this, heal 2 damage from your hero. So that's gonna be 7. And then you have to take damage according to this, unfortunately, which is 2 more damage. So we're back down to 5. But overall, still pretty good. We're going to get Moon Knight out here, and we're going to spend a wild resource. After you play Roommate from your hand, spend a wild resource to draw 2 cards. And then when we spend this one in giant form, heal 2 damage. So we get to go back up to 7. Because of Moon Knight, we're going to draw 2 cards. Good news all around. We already healed, so this is unfortunately exhausted. Ooh. We're going to use Resize to change to your other hero form and draw a card. So we're going to change down to our tiny form, draw a card, so we get to remove 1 threat from a scheme when we do that. Still exhausted, but because we changed hero form, Taskmaster still does this. And that is 1 more damage, bringing me down to 6 health. We're going to use... Got so many good options in my hand here. I'm just trying to figure out the best thing to do. Since I'm in tiny form, we can use both of these to get 2 more health off of Taskmaster. So from 11 down to 9. I would like to get 1 more of the prison saves if I could. We'll have to see if 1 more of the captured heroes saved. We'll have to see if that's possible. I really want to get Giant Man out here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would take my entire hand, basically. Alternatively, we could get Nick Fury out here and get ourselves another set of cards. We're getting pretty close to the end there. So maybe Nick Fury's not the way to go. Maybe instead of Nick Fury, we do get Giant Man out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or Avengers Mansion's also really helpful, because Avengers Mansion would allow us to draw an extra card each turn. What's going to help me more right now? I think we're going to go with Avengers Mansion, just because it's going to be a little bit more long-term. I'm thinking about a long-term game here where we keep going and keep removing threat and getting our rescued heroes. So we're going to use that now to draw a card. We're going to spend... maybe we save that for next turn. Okay, we're going to use White Tiger here. She's going to take a damage, but she's going to take 3 threat off of this main scheme. Then we'll use Moon Knight to take another 2 threat off of the main scheme. That cleared out a lot out of our way. We're doing just fine here. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves ready. We will draw up to our hand size of 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, that's going to be 1 threat on the main scheme. I'm just reading what my options are next turn. Looking pretty good. Then, Taskmaster here. He's going to take an attack. Oh, he had Retaliate, so I should have taken 1 more damage from him. He's going to attack. He has an attack of 3. We will have to defend. I think we do have to defend. How can we do that, though? I guess we can defend here with Ant-Man himself. He has 3 attack. That's going to be at least 1. I don't really want Ant-Man to be stunned anymore, though, so I think we're going to defend with Moon Knight. Yeah, we'll defend with Moon Knight. So that's 3, 4. Goodbye to Moon Knight. And then we have our event card here, and it's Hydra Hunter. He gains piercing and ranged. Okay. We're going to start our turn with Avengers Mansion to draw a card. We will use this and this to do 2 damage to Hydra Hunter. That's what we're going to do there. Where's my second damage? we're going to switch to giant form. When we switch to giant form, we get to do 1 damage to an enemy. That's going to be Hydra Hunter here. He's gone. But we also get to heal 2 damage. And then Taskmaster reveals this card. We lose 2 health. So we kind of broke even there. But we kept Ant-Man at full size. Anything else? I think we'll use pin particles here to get Army of Ants out. And that allows us, if we're in giant form, to heal 2 more damage, getting us back up to 7. And I think we'll use 1, 2, 3 resources to get Ronin out here. And we might as well do 1 attack with him, taking 2 more damage off of Taskmaster. Bring them down to 7. We'll attack with Ant-Man just to get rid of the stunned card. And I think we can just draw up to 4 cards and get ready for next turn. I'm real excited. This is going very smoothly. I don't see me losing anytime soon. But we do have 2 event cards this turn. So we have 2, and I have to draw 2 more cards. That's going to be an event card. Maybe use Ronin to defend this turn. Not sure how I want to handle that. Alright, so draw 2 more cards, and that's going to be... Ooh, Moon Knight's back. That's good news. It's very good news. Alright, it is the villain's turn, so that's going to be 1 threat on the main scheme. And then do we want to do an additional threat or take a damage? We'll do the additional threat. Then he's going to attack. Anything I want to do here? I think I just want to defend with Ronin, honestly. So that's 2, 3, 4 damage. Goodbye to Ronin. Not a huge fan of the card, and I'm a better fan of not taking damage. So then we have 2 event cards to do because we shuffled our deck. This event card is discard the top 5 cards of your deck. If an attack card was revealed this way, Taskmaster attacks you. Okay, what is an attack card? Guess it would say attack on it, wouldn't it? 1. Yeah, we had 1 attack card, unfortunately. So he attacks. That's going to be 2, 3, and we will definitely defend against this one for 4 damage. So that's going to be 1 damage to Ant-Man. And then we have another event card, and it is Hydra Hunter again. Okay. We get Hydra Hunter out here. We'll use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. I could end it right now, Giant Stomp, but I don't really want to. We will use Resize to change to your other hero form and draw a card. So we're gonna change to Ant-Man, draw a card. And I can remove 1 threat from a scheme, and then also I get to draw another card for changing to tiny form. Then he is going to make me take some damage, which is 1 damage, down to 5. Still exhausted here. We're going to use our time here to 1, 2, 3, getting rid of Hydra Hunter, that 3 damage. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it again. How's that sound? We're going to. Okay, we're going to use Resize again. Change to your other hero form, so that's our giant form, which does 1 damage to an enemy. We'll take Taskmaster down. Then we get to, because we changed, we get to draw a card because of tiny. Then, because of this, we get to heal 2 damage. And then because of this, we have to take this damage, which is 2 damage, bringing me down to 5. And I think that was the other captured by Hydra. So we should probably start focusing on removing this set of this Taskmaster. Still didn't get the card I wanted. I wanted to use Moon Knight, but I didn't get another wild resource. Does that mean you can spend any resource? Or does that mean it has to be a wild resource? I should look in the rulebook for that. Let's see. There should be something on that, right? May be used as any other resource type. Blah, 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 blah. Resource specified by the ability. Any resources that are generated beyond the cost are lost. Resource type a card provides is in the bottom left corner. A mild resource may be used as any other resource type. So I think that means I can discard any resource type. Wait, it says, so however, many abilities and encounter cards require a specific type for combination of types resources to be paid. I mean, I get that, but if a wild resource represents anything, does anything represent a wild resource? I don't think so. I don't think so. I just don't know, though. How do we want to end this? How do we want to end it? We could just end it now, Giant Stomp, and just be done with it, honestly. We probably just should. We rescued Moon Knight. We rescued White Tiger. We use White Tiger to clear off the main scheme, so that's nice. That's a goodbye, White Tiger, for now. We'll see another game. Then maybe we should just use Giant Stomp and call it a game. Yeah, let's do it. So that's 1, 2, 3. Giant Stomp does 8 damage, and that takes out Taskmaster really, really easily. Okay, that went by very smoothly, very quickly. I think we will just shuffle up, clean up, and try out our new our scenario 4 next. Let's just fill out our notebook first, so let's take care of that. Let's see what we gotta do. Oh, everything just froze. I don't know if you can see me, my just froze. Okay, I think we're good now. Everything's good. Great. Okay, so I'm just gonna check out my guide here real quick. So scenario 3, Taskmaster. Each player searches their deck, blah, blah. Each player who rescued one or more allies from the Taskmaster encounter set adds those allies to their deck and records their names in the campaign log. So we rescued. Where's my mouse? It's around here somewhere. There we go. So rescued allies for us were Moon Knight and who else? It was someone else. What was her name? What was her name? Oh, White Tiger. So those two are going to be added to our deck, which is great because those are very good cards. Shuffle, blah, 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 blah. That's all I need to record for this particular scenario. So yeah, I'm gonna clean up, set up scenario 4, and we will be right back, I think. Let's get that pause. Freezing tonight, I don't know why. Sorry about that, I'm doing my best. Okay, looks like, oh. There we go. Okay, should be able to pause it now. Be right back. All right, we are back, and hopefully everything's going to be working. That'd be crazy, right? Okay, so I've taken care of the initial setup. Now this is Zola, because this is scenario 4, which is not my favorite. I've only played through the campaign once, and Zola was easily the hardest part. Easily the hardest part? Yeah, sure. Easily the hardest part, at least for me. So I think that's pretty common among other people. I don't think that's just a me thing. Zola is a pain. So, first off, we have to have Hydra Prison out. Each player searches their deck, discard pile, and hand for a hero-specific ally and places it face down beneath. I think we want to put Stinger out there. But, I mean, there's also Ant-Man, which could be really helpful because beneath this scheme, place X threat on this scheme where X is the total cost of all allies beneath it. Each player shuffles their deck. I think we're going to put Ant-Man down there just so that it's just one threat on the main scheme. That's it. We also started Ultimate Bioservant in play. It has toughness, so that's not going to help. And give the villain Ultimate Bioservant gets +1 attack for each attachment on it. I don't want attachments on it. There will be attachments on it. There's just no way around it, honestly. It's how this Zola deck is built. So the Island of Dr. Zola Force response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 test counter here. Then, if there are 3 or more test counters here, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put the minion into play, engage with the first player, and remove 3 test counters from this scheme. So that means every 3 turns, a new minion is going to come out, basically. And these minions, there's a lot of them. They're going to come out before I even get to there. They're going to come out just as part of the natural progression of the encounter deck. So it's not easy. That's for sure. So we're going to start with our initial hand of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My thought is, depending on my hands here, I'll either switch to giant form to get rid of this tough status card, or I'll switch to tiny form to get rid of this threat here. Additionally, if I have the card that allows me to switch form and draw a card, we can use that to do both things, which would be very nice. So we have Swarm Tactics, Teamwork, Maria Hill, very helpful, Army of Ants. Okay, so we're going to get rid of Swarm Tactics, and we'll probably get rid of Risk Gauntlets. Oh, no, we want Risk Gauntlets. We'll get rid of Teamwork, though. And then with that, we will draw 2 cards. Then we'll see what we have. We have Resize, and we are going to use Resize to do both. That's pretty simple. Okay, so from Scott Lang, we are going to switch to Tiny Form, and when we do that, we can remove 1 threat from a scheme, which is going to clear Hydra Prison. When defeated, remove this scheme from the game and return each ally beneath it to its owner's hand. So that's not coming back. Quick and easy. Then we will play Resize to switch to Giant Form, doing 1 damage, clearing out this tough status card, and allowing us to... Oh no, we don't draw a card because we don't have the helmet yet. We're going to get that helmet though. We're going to spend this Genius to get Maria Hill out here, allowing us to draw a card. I do want Squirrel Girl, but we're going to save her for later, I think. We'll save her for when there's a few more of these guys built up. So we're going to use Squirrel Girl here to get Wrist Gauntlets out. Now we've got a few things we can do. First off, we have +1 attack from Ant-Man, so that could take out Ultimate Bioservant, and that's exactly what we're going to do. In 1 hit, that's gone. Then we don't have to use Maria Hill for anything. We can just save her, which is a good feeling. I would love to use this upgrade to get rid of Zola for a second, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Maria Hill will save, so I think that's just going to be the end of this turn, and we will go ahead and draw up to our hand size of 4. Alright, so 1 threat's going to go on the main scheme. After step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 test counter here. Boop. Then if there are 3 or more test counters, discard cards from the top until we get a thing. Okay, so then it's Zola. He's going to attack. We're just going to take the attack. It's 1 plus this Place 1 test counter on the main scheme. Okay. For each test counter on the main scheme, Zola gets +1 scheme and +1 attack for this activation. So he gets 2 more attacks. That's 1, 2, 3 attack, taking 3 damage for myself down to 10. Then we'll do an event card. It is Berserk Mutate. It has quick strike, so it's going to attack right away. We'll just take that attack, bringing ourselves down to 8 health. Okay. Not great, but that's how it is sometimes. Just trying to see my options. I'm not loving them. We can switch to tiny form. Here's what we'll do. We will attack to get rid of Berserk Mutate. Then we'll switch to tiny form. When we switch to tiny form, we get to remove 1 threat from a scheme. So that is taken care of. Then... We're going to spend Giant Strength to do Army of Ants here. And if you are a tiny hero form, exhaust Army of Ants, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Now, I'm wondering, does that count for retaliate? I have to really check the wording on retaliate. So give me 1 minute on that. Let's see what retaliate does exactly. Wrong rule book. All right, retaliate is on page 10. All right, where are you? After this character is attacked, deal X damage to the attacker. The character must survive the attack to deal the damage. So, it is attacked. It doesn't mean by the character. So, I guess if I use Army of Ants... I do wonder about that sometimes, if that counts for retaliate, because it doesn't even say attack on it. But we're just going to deal with it for now. And I think we're going to stay in tiny form. Do I have what I need to get rid of that? No, I don't. So we're just going to stay in tiny form, and I guess we will do 1 damage here, bring them down to 11. 1 damage from Ant-Man himself, bring him down again to 10. And that's going to be 2 damage to Ant-Man in the process. And then we might as well do 1 damage from Maria Hill, and she'll take 2 damage, which will actually take her out. You know what? We won't do that. We won't do the damage from Maria Hill. We'll just leave him at 10. And then we'll ready everyone up and draw up to our hand size of 5. Okay. 1 threat goes on the main scheme. Then Zola. I have to do this. Alright, and we're going to reach 3. There are 3 more test counters here. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play. Let's see what that means. It's Berserk Mutate. It has a quick strike, which is fantastic. And remove 3 test counters from the scheme. So there's that. So it's quick strike, so it's going to attack right away. We will just use Maria Hill to defend against that, I think, and she'll go away. Then Zola attacks. That's 1 attack plus the boost card. We will not defend. We'll just take this one. 1 damage, fine. We'll take that. Then Ant-Man will also take this 2 damage, bringing him down to 3 health. That's not pretty. It's not what I want to see. Okay. Okay. We're going to use Make the Call. Or actually, is there any way I can spend 2 science to confuse an enemy? I don't have 2 science. Come on. Come on. Sorry, 2 energy. We're going to spend Make the Call and these two in order to get Maria Hill back out. And we're going to use her to draw a card. She draws a card, and there we go. We got the energy we needed. We're going to spend these 2 cards, triggering Risk Gauntlet. If you are in Tiny Hero form, exhaust Risk Gauntlets and spend 2 energy resources to confuse an enemy. We're going to confuse Zola. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Then we can use Army of Ants to do 1 damage to him. We can use his basic attack here to do another damage to it. You know, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to use that basic attack. We're going to use nothing else. We're just going to switch to Scott Lang, who heals the damage for doing that, and then we're going to recover with him to get up to 7 health. Then we're going to ready everything up, and that's the end of our turn. So we get 6 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, 1 threat goes on that main scheme, and also a tough subject. Then he's going to scheme, but he's confused, so that's that. Then we've got ourselves an event card, which is a new minion. When revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a tech attachment is discarded. Attach that to Zola's Mutate. So we need a tech attachment. Nope. Wait, no, is that a... Oh, it's not a tech, it's a armor attachment. Tech attachment. Attach to the minion with the most remaining hit points without another copy of defensive programming attached. If you cannot, this card gains surge. Attached minion gets +2 hit points and gains guard. Yikes. Okay. How can we spend this next turn our best way? Not too excited with some of the cards I have here. Got a great energy from these Power of Leadership, but I don't have anything fantastic. I have Ronin, I guess. I guess we'll get Ronin out here. Seems like the best thing we can do. We'll use Maria Hill, taking 1 damage, but taking 2 threat off the main scheme. I think we're going to use Scott Lang to recover another 3, getting us up to 10 health. We can switch to Giant form to stop his attack at least. But if we switch to Tiny, I think we do have to switch to Giant form. Okay, we switch to Giant form. In doing so, we deal 1 damage to an enemy. We're going to deal it to Berserk Mutate. Right. Yeah, we're going to deal 1 damage to Berserk Mutate. Then we're going to, we don't get to attack because we already recovered this turn. We're going to spend all of these 4 to play Nick Fury out here. And we are going to draw 3 cards for doing such. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully that was better than what I spent. Okay, that's pretty good. We could get 2 attack from Nick Fury. That would be helpful. And we could use the rest of these to get Mockingbird out there, which we will use to stun Zola. So yeah, we will use this 2 attack. Do 2 damage to this Mutate. I don't want to stun this turn though, because I actually want to use Nick Fury to defend. Well, Nick Fury can still defend against those attacks, I guess. Yeah, I think we do want to do that this turn. So 1, 2, 3 to get Mockingbird out, stun an enemy. We're going to stun Zola. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready everything up. And we're going to get ready for this turn. That's going to be 1 threat in the main scheme as well as a test thing. Okay. Then we're going to do an attack from Zola, which is stunned. Then Zola's Mutate attacks, which we will defend with Nick Fury. And he's gone. And then we have an event card to do. Zola's Experiments. After a minion enters play, Attach the topmost tech attachment in the encounter discard pile to that minion. Yikes. That's not cool. That's not cool. It's going to start a 3 scheme on it. 3 threat on it, I should say. And then it's going to add an advance token to the main scheme. Okay. We will go ahead and we will do Pim Particles plus Strength. Or actually, I could use that to stun him. Now we're going to do Pim Particles plus Strength to do Giant Stomp, which will deal 1 damage to each minion. That's 1 damage to you, sir. And then 8 damage to an enemy. We're going to do 8 damage to Zola, bringing him down to 2 health and taking 1 damage on ourselves in the process. Okay, so there's that. We can use... He's going to attack a 4 left, which is exactly what we need to take out Zola's Mutate, so that's over. We will use Maria Hill and finish her off to take 2 threat off of the main scheme. And then we will do the same thing again with Mockingbird to clear off that scheme, getting rid of this. So that's a pretty good clear. That could have been a lot worse, and I've done it a lot worse. We can still finish this turn. We could get rid of Zola. We want to do that, because the reason is that we can still switch to Tiny Form and use Army of Ants. We're going to do that. We're going to switch to Tiny Form, which removes 1 threat from the scheme. And then we'll use Army of Ants to get 1 more damage to him. Nothing else I could do right now in that form, but that's pretty good use of our turn. So, I'm going to draw up to 5. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just want to look at my hand before we go to our next turn. We have Resize, which is fantastic, and Moon Knight. Moon Knight's also very useful. Alright, so 1 threat's going on the main scheme as well as a test subject, which goes away, and so that we discard cards till we get another minion out here. We need to find a minion. Nothing yet, which I think is an okay thing, but we are kind of flying through this event deck now. Where's our minions? Zola Mutate. When revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until attack attachments. There it is. It's the same exact one. It's like he never went away. What else is new, right? Alright, so then Zola's going to attack. I think we're going to have Mockingbird defend. Yeah, we'll have Mockingbird defend so that she'll take the damage and she'll go away. Then Zola's Mutate attacks, which we will just take that 2 damage, bringing me down to 9 health. Then we have an event card to do. Shadow of the Past, that is not what I wanted to see. Okay, so we have Tech Theft and Yellow Jacket. They come out. While you are in Giant form, Yellow Jacket gains the Giant trait and Retaliate 1. When you're in Tiny form, Yellow Jacket gets the Tiny trait and gains +1 attack. Tech Theft. Treat the printed text box of each tech player card as if it were blank. So that means upgrade is blank, and that's it. So it's just the risk gauntlets, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, I should say. And we'll put 2 threat on the main scheme there, or on the side scheme there. Okay. Now, what do we want to do with our turn? We do have a lot going on now, but we didn't have a second ago. Let's go ahead. We're going to play... Well, we'll do Army of Ants right away, I think. And we're going to do it to Zola's Mutate. So that's 1 threat. And then we switch to... not yet. We're going to actually play Resize, change form, and then draw a card. So that switches up here, which we'll use, and it does 1 threat when he switches, or sorry, 1 damage when he switches. Then he attacks for 4, getting rid of Yellow Jacket and taking 1 damage because he does have the Retaliate ability. Now I still have the ability to switch if I wish. I think I do wish. We're going to switch to Tiny Form, removing 1 threat from this scheme. We're going to spend this energy to use... Oh, wait, no, we can't because of Tech Theft. Hold on. Switch to Tiny Form. How can I get rid of that? I really want to know about Moon Knight. You think I'm going to actually look that up real quick. I'm going to look that up. Because I would really like to know. What do you got for me, Google? Oh no, everything's freezing, of course. Okay. What do you got for me? Moon Knight and hope blah blah blah. That didn't answer my question. I want to know. So here's the problem. Basically, Moon Knight says, after you play Moon Knight, from your hand, spend a wild resource to draw 2 cards. Now, a wild resource equals any other resource. Does that mean any other resource equals a wild resource? Does it go both directions? That's what's bugging me right now. Let's see what's going on in Marvel Card Database. No comments or anything there, I don't think. You know what? I'm just going to ask the Discord. That's what it's there for, right? All right, Discord, what you got for us? Solo Champions League. And for those here. Playing Rise of Red Skull. Rise of Red Skull. And then I play Moon Knight. And I play any resource to use his ability, or does it have to be a wild? Alright, let's just find out what other people think at least. We'll wait on that. I'll see what else I want to do this turn. I do really want to use Moon Knight if possible to draw 2 more cards, because I'm not really in love with the other options I have available to me. I do want to get rid of Tech Theft so that I can use this energy to do Wrist Gauntlet. So that we can confuse him, and then later on the next turn switch to our alter ego